Hello, what have we here?
You're wrong.
Damn!
What the hell was that?
Game over, man. Game over.
You're wrong.
You finished?
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Greetings, boys and girls, lemurs and squirrels, and welcome to the Week in Geek for June the 10th in this foul year of our Lord 2026. A wholly owned subsidiary of Free Range Idiocy, wherein we present our midweek dose of geekery for you,
the people.
Okay, thank you for
Hey, I was winding up for you. You got to get.
How much winding up do you really need? It's like two
Clearly some. I need some.
Sit back and relax as we scrape the best news we found off the bottom of the interweb shoe and let you know exactly how we feel about it. I'm your Uncle Todd, and with me, as always, is the lead editor-in-chief bottle washer and the lead winder-upper of the Week in Geek. I give you the man they call Tim.
Greetings and salutations, my friend. How are you?
You know, doing okay or okay every day.
Jeez. My goodness, that growl or that sigh or whatever that was, my goodness.
Okay, how would you feel better about this?
Oh, what are we getting? There it is. Woo! Oh, thank you, Rick. Good to see you back at the party.
Limousine riding, jet flying, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun.
Kiss stealing, son of a gun.
Anyhow, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's
you working man, you.
I'm feeling every bit of the Rush's "Working Man" song right now, and I don't mean the guitar solo part.
What do you get? Anyways, all right. Well, what do we got going on here for the Week in Geek, sir? This is your deal. What are we hitting here?
Oh, before we get in, I mean, any weekend highlights to cover? I mean, you know, how was your weekend? My weekend was a little, what would I say? It was relaxing, kind of, and then today not so much, but at least Friday evening and Saturday was very nice. Just stayed home Friday night. Saturday, went and saw Masters of the Universe, which I'll talk about in my end. Another thing.
Very nice.
Had some wonderful food at our favorite restaurant, Adele's, last night. Reports may have confirmed that the man they called Tim may have overdone it last night.
Those are reports because he don't remember. He don't remember.
I remember this. I was texting Uncle Todd.
He woke up curled in the corner of his bathroom, snuggling a garden gnome, which again he thought he got rid of.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. But
the garden
overall,
gnome had lipstick on it, which is quite honestly still a mystery to both of us.
I will just say this: Thursday, I had such a day at work. Like, I was supposed to go to a Cubs game, and I ended up opting out because I was so mentally fried at the end of the day. I literally said to my coworker, they're like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, I'm going to go home, and I'm going to curl up in a ball in a corner. Because that's just how I'm feeling right now. I just need to go home.
Just to be honest with you, I might go home and cry. Sometimes a man just needs to cry. That's
Yeah.
You mean the drunks over at Wrigleyville weren't going to help you with that situation?
Oh no. The mere thought. So it wasn't so much getting up to Wrigley Field as it is once the game, because I was going to stay for the whole game. In which, by the way, I found out some of my coworkers left in like the 8th inning. The Cubs were down 6-1 to the Athletics. And then in the 9th inning, they came back and won 7-6. So
that sucks.
A subset of them had left. There were some that had stayed, and it was really funny to see the chat messages flying around, because it's like, for those of you who left early, look what you missed out on. I almost wrote something to the effect of, I knew they were going to win, therefore I just went home before the whole thing started.
What was it they talked about? When the Bills came back against the Oilers back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And someone had mentioned, like, every year, because it was like in Four Falls of Buffalo, the documentary,
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
they were like, yeah. So apparently there was like 350,000 people at that game because every day I meet like 20 people who were at that game. It's like,
Wow.
like there was a million people somehow attended that game. You know,
That's incredible. That's incredible. Yeah. And my whole thinking was this: getting up to the ballpark is not the problem. It's when you leave,
as we found out, yes.
because it's not just the trains are packed, and so you're having to wait in line for a crazy amount of time just to get onto one. And then once you do get onto one, you're kind of scrunched like this because everyone and their brother's trying to pile in. If you want to do an Uber, you have to walk some amount of distance away from the ballpark because they don't allow Ubers to pick up near the ballpark, which is understandable. I get it. Makes sense. You want to keep the traffic flow, open and free and not crazy. But in my frame of mind, I just didn't need it. Just didn't need it. So I went home. I was very sound, secure, and happy in that decision. And I had also had some work I had to do that night, so that's what I did. And
Because of course.
yeah. So, anyways, it's been a week. It's been a week and a weekend, but the weekend part was good. Part was good. So, but how about you, sir? Any exciting happenings on your end? Mowing that lawn, swimming in that pool?
No,
living in the fineries of Uncle Todd's estate.
Have not swum in the pool yet.
Okay.
It got up to about 74 degrees water temperature the other day when it was at its warmest. Now, keep in mind, that's like the thermometer. I just bought a thermometer the other day because so now I'm fascinated with checking the temperature. Of course,
like you see Uncle Todd every 10 minutes.
Of course, that's like because it's a floating thermometer, so it's like the top foot of the water. Who knows what 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet down it is?
Who knows what lies beneath?
We have not had nearly enough warm days for that water to heat up to a suitable temperature all the way through. So I have not gotten in that bad boy yet. But it's ready. It's clean. Well, clean enough. I mean, I have not been as diligent as I should be in cleaning, but I'm like, I ain't hopping in there. So it's just keeping it clean enough.
Yeah.
So it's ready and all that stuff. So when we get a run of warm weather, we will definitely be jumping in there. But yeah, this is the third mow with a new electric mower, and
nice.
Very happy with it. I have found I can get through my entire lawn on a single charge. The first time I did it, I made a absolute rookie error. So I got this. It's an Ego. I think it's like the 22-inch deck, and it has the option for, obviously, most mowers are self-propelled now, but I actually have it turned off because I can't find a good speed that works for me. So I'm just like, I'm so used to pushing a lawnmower. I'm 50 now. And ever since I've mowed lawns, like we never had a self-propelled lawnmower growing up. I've never owned one. I'm like, it might be too late for me at this point to learn how to just walk behind a mower and not go at my own pace and do my own thing. So I've got that shut off. So I'm like, okay, well, if I'm not running the battery on that, I should be able to get the whole lawn done one charge. First time I did, it didn't work that way. I'm like, well, what the hell? And then I look down. The mower blades actually have 3 settings. You're on 1, 2, or turbo. Well, apparently I had this thing on turbo the entire front lawn. I'm like, well, that'll run the battery down, I guess.
Oh, dear.
So now I just keep it on 2, and then I kick it up to turbo for this area behind our garage where of course, like, our lawn is the absolute thickest and greenest where no one can see it because it's in this beautiful area where it gets just enough sun and just enough shadow that, and that's where, like, we drain the pool when we backwash the filter and everything. So it's well watered. It's like, it looks like the fairway at the friggin' Masters, this one area. And then out front where people actually see it, it's all scraggly and crappy. And if you look close enough, you're like, most of this isn't grass. I'm like, yeah, but it's green and you can mow it, so it counts. So yeah, it's been going well, and I kind of enjoy it. Like today, I rather, most of the time I would mow, I'd have headphones on. I'd listen to podcasts or some music. And today I just kind of wanted to be out and thinking. And so I had the headphones off, and it was actually nice. Like, it's not loud. I'm like, this is probably a really good investment. And I think it cost me like $200 more than the like gas mower that I probably would have bought to replace mine. So
Nice.
overall, pretty happy. So that was kind of the highlight of the weekend, honestly. Like, it was a lot of yard work and just taking care of maintenance type stuff, because that's what happens when you're an adult. You say, hey, I can either take the weekend off or I can actually try and, pull my life together. And granted, there's weekends where I'm like, I take it off and my life is already falling apart. So what the hell's a little bit more apart? This weekend,
or you can become president of the townhome association and have someone else do that.
hell no. We don't have a townhouse. We've got a historical society. That's a whole other friggin' problem.
Oh dear.
There is nothing better than being in the historical district of a town when you live in a not historical house. Like, nothing historical about our house, but yet we're in the historical district, so we have to adhere to the same regulations and hoo-ha as everyone else. I'm like, there ought to be an exception. We're surrounded by like 1800s and, friggin' Victorian houses and other examples of great architecture, and then here we are in this 1950s house. I'm like, there should be an exemption for us.
Yeah.
We are not historic at all. We're hysterical, really, more than anything. But that was kind of my weekend. Like,
can I ask one question? Does someone come out in like the Paul Revere costume to make proclamations and stuff? Because it is the historical district.
That would actually be entertaining.
I think that should be done.
But no, we don't have
in order to, basically fulfill what is being asked. You require that we have the town crier ring the bell and make the proclamation a la 1775 or
that
6.
would be nice. I did find out last year, the year before, I was did a little bit of a walk on a Sunday morning, and there is actually a house in Saco, the town I'm in, that is it is uber historical, because it is where General Lafayette, from he of the Revolutionary War, when he did Lafayette's tour after the Revolutionary War, he stayed. Apparently, what I don't know if it was known as Saco then, but it was, considered like him going to Portland, Maine. Well, yeah, close enough. So I mean, there is a bit of history here, and they actually put up a bunch of signs here over this past summer or spring, kind of showing some of the more historical aspects. So it's kind of cool, but we are not historic whatsoever. There is nothing historic about our house. We should not have to deal with some of this crap, but we do. Anywho, that was my weekend.
Well, speaking of your street, let's get to it. We have a couple of trailers, and one of them is the end of Oak Street. I don't know if you live on Oak Street, but
I do not. But thanks for thinking of me.
Well, I figure, this could be a biographical, movie about you, sir.
Okay.
Living at the end of Oak Street, but you do not, so it's about someone else. Yeah, this trailer, and we have the final trailer for Supergirl to check out. So let us start with the end of Oak Street. This one, of course, starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor as basically a married couple, from what I can tell, who has 2 kids, and strange things are afoot in their neighborhood. So, if, sir, you can pull it up, we will start at 00 all around.
Yes, and as always, the links for these are in the show notes, folks.
Indeed. So we are going to start watching, and we will merely comment. So if you would like to watch along, hopefully everything lines up and you get our commentary as we watch this trailer together.
Could I make a small request, sir?
Okay.
When you count us in, could you give us a 3, 2, 1, go, and we both click on go, because it's a little bit hard to kind of. I'm never sure where we're going. I feel like Lethal Weapon. It was 3, 2, 1. Do we go on 1 or 1 then go, or?
Yes, I'll say
confused.
go.
Okay,
I'll say go.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah. I'm here to serve and to make things better.
It's in my permanent file from way back in elementary school. I'm easily confused.
Confused as a baby raccoon.
I am. Oh my gosh! Did you see the? Did I send it to you, or I might have just showed it to my wife? There's actually a shirt that is Buford T. Justice for the 4th of July, and it's like, "Happy 4th of July, you sumbitches." And I'm like, I kind of really want that.
I think that would be appropriate.
All right, the end of Oak Street. Let's.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Thank you.
Fido is hanging out outside.
Of course, there's a Superman.
Of course.
So
It's a crazy kitchen table sort of thing with it being like a couch. It's kind of weird. I can't tell if it's like a 70s sort of thing or not. Kind of looks like it. Lots of flashing lights.
There were VCR tapes right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe it is like 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's Bad Robot. It's got to be 80s.
Wonder if Spielberg's all a part of this.
Yeah, this is definitely 70s, 80s.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Things are a creeping.
Whoa. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Anne Hathaway looking concerned.
Doesn't she always?
She does. Strange things are afoot in the neighborhood.
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
I love the shorts McGregor's wearing in this scene.
Yeah. Whoa. See, I'm not digging this whole thing now where we remix the old songs. It was cool at first, but now it's just.
Yeah, but it's good use of Billy Joel.
No, I'm sick of it now. Like,
all right,
do something different, you know?
You can be the curmudgeon of the two of us.
Oh, they got a kitty cat. And you
was walking around with a sledgehammer. Sister Sledge.
Whoa.
We got some dinosaurs in the neighborhood. And they're using... Oh, boy. I'd run. Yeah.
Huh.
The end of Oak Street.
It's aliens, but it's dinosaurs. Is this
kind
like
of
a Land of the Lost sort of thing?
Kind of.
I don't know, man.
What do you think?
So the comments in this are great. Stranger Park, Jurassic Things. The T-Rex wears Prada. A Quiet Place, but this time with sound.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. With this movie and Spielberg's disclosure, this summer feels like the summer of the 70s movie. Yeah. Kind of.
Well, with all the flashing lights at the beginning of the trailer, I was kind of like, is this a Spielberg movie? What's going on here?
I mean,
interesting.
I'm tempted to say that I will see this, but let's face it, I'm probably not going to go to the theater for this one. I will probably wait for this on streaming. But it looks interesting, but
it does.
See, here's the thing that gives me pause with a flick like this. Like, it looks interesting in the concept, and I'm just so concerned that I'm going to get there, and then the explanation of the cool premise or how the cool premise comes about is so blindingly stupid that it's like, okay, and the movie is ruined in the first 30 minutes.
All right, can I read this one comment because this is cracking me up?
Oh boy.
In quotes, I'm from the HOA board. The covenants and restrictions do not allow dinosaurs on your front lawn.
That'd be you. That would be you.
Not me. Different board member. I would be trying to save them from the catastrophe they were about to, bring upon themselves.
Really? Would you really?
I would. Because I'm like that, Maybe not. It's like, serve you right. No, I'm kidding. That is funny. That is funny.
So I got to say a thumbs in the middle for that one.
Thumb in the middle, huh? I'm going thumb up on this one. I'm not going to go 3/4. I'm going to go all in on this. I think this is going to be good. It's going to be real good.
Okay.
And I like the fact they remixed Billy Joel in this one. It sounded sweet. It sounded good, and it gave the trailer a little oomph. So I'm all in.
I'm just kind of sick of that trend now. Like, it's been overdone. Like, we've seen that, and then what's going on, or not what's going on. What's going on? But like the song is "What's Up" or the Four Non Blondes, not the Marvin Gaye. But
the one that I said, "Hey, what's
Yeah.
going on?"
I'm just sick of that. This as a trend, like because it's been a few years now, and it's like okay, something else. Before that, it was like, and they kind of even used it in here as like those things in in every score and every trailer and all that.
Mhm.
The blats or whatever the hell they would call 'em. I'm ready for the next thing. Like Basher said, you don't do the last gimmick, you do the next one.
I hear you. I think it's good. I like it.
Okay, you do that.
I like it.
I mean, hey, you're not going 3/4. You're not doing just the tip. You're all in on this one.
I'm all gas, no brakes. Yarrabeen.
I was gonna try it, and you beat me to it.
All right. Do you have Supergirl teed up?
I done do.
All right.
Wow,
Well,
the Warner Brothers movie. Oh, and this is the Warner Brothers India version. Is this going to be subtitled?
Oh, really?
It is.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I mean, I just looked like I knew there was a new one that came out, and hold on. Oh, yeah, Warner Brothers India. Look at that.
Yeah. I mean, let's see this. This is gonna be really good. It could be interesting.
Okay, I have an official final trailer. I can send you a link if you want, or you just want to do this one.
Let's just do this one. Let's see if it's a Bollywood version.
It's not Bollywood.
I'd be really excited if it was.
Oh, good Lord. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom.
All right, we get the DC Studios icon. Now, is that the new Superman from the prior movie? Is this all like linked?
Cornflake?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Ooh, she's getting all red with the eyes.
All right. Whoa.
Like how
Space Bane.
Like
oh
how
God, here we go again.
What?
We're remixing jeez. See?
I love it. Love
I
it.
don't.
Bring Blondie into it, ladies and gentlemen.
So
Because she's blonde. Get it? Blondie?
Uh-huh.
Is that the same dog?
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Don't want the
Going
pup to
all
get hurt.
John Wick here. Don't mess with a dog.
I'm glad we're not just seeing her like as a lush here. Like, oh. What the heck is he? Vampiro?
Lobo.
Oh, Lobo. Okay. Oh, now we see her in the club. Interesting. We see her doing the Supergirl thing there. That's why they wear the suit, so everyone knows that they're good. What?
I don't know.
Uh-oh. Only one of them's going to make it out alive. Who's it going to be?
I
don't think it's Lobo.
Dog.
That was weird. I feel like they're doing something like the Wonder Woman stuff, where it's like fight, then pause for a long period of time.
That's kind of a DC-ish thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool that like they, they gave Supergirl squirts. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say, and I mean this sincerely, I'm going to compliment Uncle Todd on holding it together because he just endured 2 trailers that did the remixy thing that he can't stand, and he seems very serene, very calm, very collected. The first movie, End of Oak Street, we had Billy Joel's My Life being remixed, and now we have from Blondie, I don't know the title of that song, but whatever that song is from the 80s was remixed, and he's not losing his mind over it. So I just want to say, sir, just respect for holding it together.
Well, I do have a little
help. I figured there was a cock involved. So.
You just take way too much joy in this.
You held the bottle up. It's
you're
clucking. It's a bottle of chicken cock bourbon. That's what I was alluding to.
Uh-huh.
So, my God, wait a minute. When did you buy that? Was it last week?
No.
2 weeks ago?
Maybe. I don't remember.
Man, you took that down.
This
I,
is this has become my. This is like
I almost said you
my
sucked
fave.
that down, but I won't say that.
Once again, like I am not used to like you being the dirty one. I don't know how to react. I'm lost. I'm confused as a baby raccoon. Whatever the hell that means.
Oh my gosh, that's too funny.
And you are stone sober. This is
I
this is
am.
intolerable.
I am.
All right. So yeah, no, I'm not a fan of the remix thing. It's just become a crutch. It's
All
become
right.
a crutch. But at least Warner Brothers sprung for, genuine Jason Momoa, and they didn't call Roman Reigns for Timu Jason Momoa. I applaud them for that. No, don't you acknowledge anything.
I'm just holding up the ones because
I
we're
know
all
you
the
are.
twos. Which I,
Gosh.
oh my
We'll
gosh.
get to that on Friday.
Oh, we will. Ladies and gentlemen, it took us 250. Yeah, we're at 250 episodes, and
Yes.
we are marking the occasion
Well,
by
actually,
finally doing some fantasy booking.
technically speaking,
Professional wrestling.
we are currently, this episode will actually be technically 296 since we
Dang.
started, because Week in Geek doesn't have an episode number for whatever
That's
reason.
true.
We just didn't start doing that. So Free Range Idiocy Friday is going to be episode 250 for that
Yes.
show. But
Mhm.
overall, that will actually be episode 297.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have we blown past the Scruffies now?
I don't know, but we have
Maybe
crossed,
like
by the way,
two
we have
seconds.
crossed the 10,000 download
What?
barrier.
No. I got to check this out.
And here's the thing, folks. I know that
Holy crap, we did.
there's a bunch of podcasts that do 10,000 without blinking on an episode, but we are very I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of our listeners, because
Yes.
we do not make this easy on you.
No, we don't. It took us 8 seasons, but dang it, we did it. 10,000 downloads.
We do not make this easy or a listenable podcast at all. This is just us ranting and raving and being idiots. So we do
Yeah.
appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. So thank
We
you.
have fun with it. We
We do.
enjoy.
Some of us more than others.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, getting into the news from around the interwebs.
Yes.
We have first article. I kind of moved these around a little bit to try to group them a bit better.
Okay.
But first one is from our friends at slashfilm.com, a representative of good standing order in our portfolio. Hollywood needs to hurry up and adapt Andy Weir's gripping heist short story. And so apparently the author Andy Weir, who of recently of Project Hail Mary,
Mhm.
and from back in almost 10 years ago, The Martian,
Mhm.
has apparently, when he was, I guess early on writing, had written some basically short story, had written short stories, and in 2019 published a story called Randomize as part of a book called Forward Stories of Tomorrow. It's like a collection of sci-fi short stories that was curated by author Blake Crouch. So I don't know if you're familiar with that at all, but it was
I'm not.
it was found there, and yes, I'm kind of reading this as I'm going. But as this article points out, it is the basically the premise of this story is that Weir's heist story opens with IT whiz Nick Chen, who holds a managerial position at a Vegas Babylon casino. His job is to oversee the random number generator, which runs the casino's Keno system. The mundane job is complicated by the advent of quantum supercomputers, which can track and predict randomized numbers. And so basically, I think what Nick ends up doing is, let's see, gets a green light to, I'm just reading through this real quick. It turns into a heist movie where, let's see, a couple decides to leverage quantum computing to hack the system and cheat the casino out of an exorbitant amount of money. And Weir weaves a fast-paced heist based on this premise, which would have fared better as a full-length novel. And so I think what this article is saying is it would be interesting, given now the success of The Martian and now Project Hail Mary, if we were to bring this short story in and turn it into a movie. It does sound kind of interesting to me from a tech geeky standpoint. I'm always game for a heist movie. I'm very much a fan of the Ocean's trilogy, and they do have, as part of the article, a picture of Danny, Ocean, and Rusty as part of it, because when you think heist, you think about Ocean's 11, and so yeah, I think this could be something good. What do you feel, sir, on this? Do you think it? I mean, I didn't read verbatim the description, so I can read it some more if you would like, but kind of sounds like an interesting story of someone who worked for a casino who maybe tries to take advantage of the system, so to speak.
I have only read two Andy Weir books. I've read The Martian and I've read Project Hail Mary.
Mhm.
So I'm not familiar with the man's entire catalog. I will say that from what I have read of other folks who have read more of his stuff, is that it's almost a bit like if you are gonna watch a Nick Cage movie. Like if you're okay with watching Nick Cage do Nick Cage things for 2 hours, you're gonna like it. So
Mhm.
if you like Andy Weir doing Andy Weir things with his characters, sure, you're gonna, if you love that sort of thing, and that can be fine.
Mhm.
You could break down a lot of serial ish literature, Sherlock Holmes, for example, as okay, well, it's the thing is you just like this thing, and or for instance, I'm a big fan of the Longmire books by Craig Johnson,
Mm.
and essentially, like, it's just you want to read a good yarn that kind of takes place with characters that you like and you're comfortable with. Fine. Well, the characters that it seems like Andy Weir likes best is like the snarky main character who can kind of, as he says, science the shit out of anything. And that's cool. Like, it can be entertaining, but at the same time, it can kind of wear thin a little bit, where everything else feels like it takes not even second place, but like third place
Mhm.
to everything shining on this one character. I mean, and if you're okay with that, it's great. And if not, So I'd be interested to see it. I might check and see if my library has that collection and
Yeah.
check it out. Can't say I'll be rushing to the bookstore to buy it.
Yeah, the name of the collection is Forward:
Mhm.
Stories of Tomorrow,
Okay.
and
I mean, I'd
it's
check it
curated
out.
by Blake Crouch.
I mean, Weir is a good author. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed The Martian when I read it,
Mhm.
and even more so enjoyed. Well, I'd say equally enjoyed the movie. Um,
And
I kind of didn't like Project Hail Mary as much because it
what?
felt I I did not like the book as much.
Oh, you didn't
Have
like
you?
the book? You haven't
Yeah,
seen the movie?
I have not seen the movie yet.
The
I have a
book is
feeling
good.
I might actually like the movie better than the book. The book, I don't know. There was elements of it where I was like, I just don't. But I don't know. I mean, I'd be open to see it because again, like, I kind of dig that sort of genre, so I'd be open to seeing it. And
Mm.
I think short stories in some ways can be a better roadmap for a story, because for a movie, because there's a lot of area to fill in. Like taking let's say a 400 to 500 page novel and turning it into a 90 to 120 page screenplay is very difficult.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot that you have to compress, and people who have not read a screenplay don't understand what it really is. It's kind of like almost trying to take a house and then stripping it down to not just a blueprint, but like the essence of a blueprint. Like, it's not an easy thing. So I could see a short story being able to, really
Yeah.
take shape in that form. So I'd be open to seeing it.
I made a slight mistake in the description here. So it is not the main character who is trying to rob. What he is doing as this manager is install a secure air-gapped quantum computer to generate truly random numbers for the casino. And there's a couple who is not identified. The character names are not brought up here, who decide to leverage quantum computing to hack the system and cheat the casino out of money. And so
Now,
that's the story.
the one question I'd have there, and you could answer this because you are far more knowledgeable about this than I
Yes.
am, is how affordable would it be for a married couple to leverage quantum computing? Because that kind of sounds expensive.
Mm-hmm.
to have that access to that kind of computer power?
Yes.
Is that
I
even
don't know.
theoretically a possibility?
It's well, I mean, in reality, it's becoming a thing.
Oh.
Quantum computing is becoming a thing, and there is. Let me just real quick.
I got to turn on my fan. I'm sweating here. Hang on. While you're researching.
I was not prepared to answer such questions.
Well, you know me. Just when you think you know the answers, I change the questions.
That's right.
Who was that again?
That was Roddy Piper.
Ah, yes.
So the key difference between our computing now and quantum computing is what are called bits and qubits. So classical computers rely on bits that represent data as either 0 or 1. So to solve a complex problem, you must test every potential solution one by one. Quantum computers use qubits, Q-U-B-I-T-S, which can represent a 0, a 1, or both simultaneously, a property known as superposition. They also link qubits together, entanglement, to share information instantly across the system. So the core benefits are you have exponential speed, optimization, let me see, molecular simulation you can do easier with quantum computing. So it is, I mean, and it is becoming a thing. It's not, fully out there, but I wonder if the short story assumes that this has become more readily available, and therefore why the casino is taking it in. So
you're saying I couldn't use my MacBook Pro to take over, to knock over Bellagio?
Probably not.
Okay.
But
fella's got a dream.
It could happen. I mean, you could just, if you can log into the computer, the
2 weeks from now, Tim's bailing me out of a Vegas jail.
Basically.
I
thought I could hack into the computer. Good God. I'm all in on Andy Weir sort of stories. He's and I think it's kind of cool. Like I've read over the last several years, my wife for Christmas has gotten me a compilation. I actually have it. One second. I have it here in my bag.
Here we are with show and tell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Sorry, I gotta. The best. What does it say? The best American science fiction and fantasy. So it's. She started getting me these books kind of at the start of the 2020s, and so I kind of fell out of practice a little bit. So I kind of picked up the 2023 one that I haven't read yet, and I'm starting to read it. But
nice.
It's stories that span both techie sci-fi and then just pure fantasy and just pure out there sort of thing. And I kind of read it with an eye to why does the editor and there's always a guest editor. So in this case, R.F. Kuang, who is the author of a book called Babel, was this year for 2023 at least, was selecting the short stories that go in here, along with sorry, I'm forgetting the gentleman's name who runs this. It's like Joseph. Gosh, I almost said J something Jameson. John.
The spectacles are coming out.
John Joseph Adams.
Oh, well,
is his name. Bully. So I'm always fascinated reading stories like that because you never know when there's kind of like, a diamond in the rough where you're like, man, that would be really cool on screen, sort of thing. So I like the idea of this article kind of talking about like pulling something from Weir's catalog of, writing that he's done in the past. Because I assume, I mean, you, sir, may know, not may, you probably know more than me. But I assume short stories is kind of the logical first step if you're looking to become an author, right? Because why write a 500-page book when you can start smaller and try to see if you can get some traction with shorter material, right?
I mean,
or am I wrong?
I'm loath to say, because there's no one path. Like there's folks who
being too much of an engineer about this.
I mean, it does make sense, and I think that a lot of people do start that way, especially younger writers and stuff like that. But there's some folks who they could just ask a seat and they just start typing, and it becomes a novel.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it would make sense, and it's a great way to practice, and it's kind of a way to, kind of get those muscles, built up a little bit before you really, it's like running a 5K and then a 10K before you start really thinking, hey, do I really want to run a marathon? That sort of thing.
Yep.
Makes
Yep.
sense for sure.
So we will see.
I think that the biggest key in this will be as with Weir's movies, you got to have the right person to play that main character. Matt Damon was a fantastic choice for The Martian, and is it Gosling?
Ryan Gosling.
He
In fact,
seems
when
to
I
be a really good
read,
choice for Hail Mary.
yeah, and when I read Hail Mary, and again, I saw the movie before I read the book, but when I'm reading the book, I can totally, like, I couldn't read the book and not hear Gosling's voice when I was reading the dialogue, like, or reading the thoughts, I'm probably, saying this because I'm probably biased having seen the movie first, but in some ways, I actually scratch that. I did read like the first 100 pages of the book before I saw the movie. And even then, having no reference at all, I was mentioning to my sister-in-law, like, I felt like it's almost like he had Gosling in mind for the character, because the phrasings and the way he kind of put stuff just very much felt natural in terms of how Gosling plays those sorts of characters. I've seen him in The Big Short and, a few other movies, and he just has that, sort of, I don't know what the description of it would be. It's just kind of that bro, that dude sort of mentality, when he talks and stuff. And so, it felt like a perfect fit. But yeah, to your point, it really depends on who the star is, and can they convey, the proper, kind of characteristics, tone, attitude that character has. And, you don't want the tech to be too much of the focus. You want, I mean, that's the other thing I think they've navigated really well with those two movies is, not getting, I mean, you have some element of science and tech involved, but you don't let it get so heavy that you lose your audience with the story you're telling.
Well, yeah, and you have to find clever ways to info dump. And I'm going to speak to The Martian because I haven't seen Hail Mary yet, but with The Martian, where he's doing the kind of like the video diary, which makes sense in a way because it's his way of not going nuts. It's like his way of having someone to talk to. It's his way of documenting, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which was kind of funny because that was done. I think it was actually done very well in Gravity, the Sandra Bullock vehicle. I thought it was done because it gave her someone to talk to. That whole idea of like George Clooney telling her early on, like, you keep talking, even if you can't hear them, maybe they can hear you, or that sort of thing. But that idea that it gives them someone to talk to. So that was a way for him to info dump and explain what he's doing.
Yeah.
And that was a very easy way to then get to communicate vast swaths of information, that you're communicating it visually, but it doesn't make as much sense unless you kind of explain it. So that's the other thing. Like, you need to find those little ways to show and tell at the same time, rather than just being like, here, just let me barf all of this science jargon all over you and hope that you don't get mad, But that's the other key, I think, as well as a likable person who fits the personality of the character, because otherwise, why do you want to spend 2 hours with that mofo?
Indeed. We will see. I am intrigued by this short story. To your point, I would like to read it and kind of get a sense of the overall arc and all that's involved with it, to see if it would be something good to translate into a movie. But sounds like it. And like I said, I'm a sucker for a heist movie, especially if you got Andy Weir piloting the story. So we will see. We will see.
Which reminds me, I got to go back and watch Solo, because that has some heist elements in it as well. So
it does. Yes, it does.
And
Kind of
kudos
Star
to
Wars.
you, sir, for getting yourself back onto the reading train.
Well, thank you.
It's a good thing.
Felt the need to make sure I'm keeping my brain filled with the knowledge. You know what I mean?
There you go.
All right. Shifting gears from Andy Weir over to another stalwart of our show, Star Trek: The Next Generation. We are fans of that show, if we are nothing else.
Shut up,
And-
Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley. Or even better. I love that meme of him just like clapping with that smug look on his face. It's just phenomenal. It's like, yeah, okay, next. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. But this article is entitled Patrick Stewart's favorite Star Trek episode deserves to be called a sci-fi masterpiece. And what they speak of is in season 5, there was an episode
Four lights.
Is called The Inner Light, is a true science fiction masterpiece. Sir, do you remember this episode, or do I need to?
I mean, this is back when you had full seasons of shows, like 20 plus shows per year. I do not, sir. I actually tried to start rewatching TNG, and I did not make it because I started with the very first season.
It's hard to get through.
Oh.
It is so hard to get through. I almost
Beardless Riker is rough, man. Like the whole thing.
if I could convince my kids to watch it with me, I am pretty much going to start with season 3. I think, because it's just so hard to get through 1 and 2. 2 is so.
Maybe you just do adventure, the far point 2 first, and then you jump immediately to season 3.
Oh my God, it's just crazy. Yeah, actually, yeah, you do have to do the
things
first
happen,
one, yeah.
and here we are.
Yeah, basically. All right, so Patrick Stewart has mentioned that The Inner Light is his favorite episode, and we will get into what that is. The episode
we have a visitor. I see a pink thing behind me here.
Okay. I'll
Didn't sneak up on me this time.
I'll stop here. So, hello.
Howdy. What's going on? What does that say? Unlikely friendship. Ah, wicked.
Nice.
Flying gravity here as we speak.
Oh, we are.
Graduation today.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Ah, nice.
I'm not surprised. That entire class is full of theater kids.
No, true. Are you heading to bed?
Yes.
You're not going to try and assemble your desk some more tonight?
I need your
You do. So Kaylin ordered a desk.
Okay.
It is now covering the floor of her room. It's gone horizontally. It has not done much vertically. It's desk spread.
I just need some help with the screwing in part because I'm trying to get it in as tight as possible, but every single time I get there, I'm like, okay, that seems secure, and then I wiggle it a little bit, and it's like it's jiggling a little bit, and it won't go down any further, and it's pissing me off.
Okay, well, we will tackle some of that tomorrow.
So I just need you to do like one quick little like to get it like really in there, and
Okay.
then it'll be secure, and then I can take it from there. Maybe.
Maybe.
I do have to ask: is that a blanket she's wearing, or one of the Godfather's old jackets? Because
Blanky is like
nice,
so soft.
Ah,
yeah. My wife has one downstairs, and yeah,
nice. Do the cats like rolling around in it?
Oh God, yes, the cats love these blankets. Cats love all the fuzzy blankets. They love them.
Nice.
Just lay on like, oh my gosh, spoiled little fuzzballs.
Yes.
Little freeloaders.
Yes,
all right.
they are.
Going to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
On the bright side.
On the bright side.
If I don't hear back from Aaron, which I don't think I will, so that means I probably won't have to work. Well, I can't work tomorrow as it is because he's technically supposed to give me 24-hour notice. So it was like, hey, come in around like 4 today. I could be like, well, actually, no, because I said I could only do one of these days.
Okay.
But if I don't hear from him, I have both Monday and Tuesday off, which is not great.
Okay. But we will desk assemble.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. What? What now?
I had so much confidence in myself, and I was so confident about it too because I wanted to do a new skill and I wanted to be handy, but I'm not handy, and I know it. So
No one's handy right when the first time they try to assemble something. That's just the way it is.
I had a good enough strength to like actually like get stuff
It's-
together, but like I don't have arm strength.
It's
I don't
not
possess
always
arm
strength. It's technique. So we will see
Yes.
how it goes. Don't sweat it.
The screws don't go in straight either.
We all start off as the confused IKEA guy from the instruction booklet.
Good God, do you remember all that O'Sullivan and all of the other stuff that we used to sell at Service Merchandise? We weighed
Don't
about
say
a metric
O'Sullivan,
ton.
please. That sends a shiver up my spine. Good God.
Remember that entertainment center at the apartment that weighed about 350 pounds?
Oh, God.
Outweighed Hulk Hogan.
Uh,
We'll figure it out tomorrow. All right. Good night. Gosh, don't worry. No, we're not recording a show here. What do you got? What else is going on?
I'm only on step 2.
You're on step 2.
I'm on step 2.
hey, give her the time and see if she does the bit.
Step 1 because I'm only on the first.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll make sure we at least get to step 3. But I do have to start re-record here because it is 10:48 p.m. No, she missed it.
Stray Kids at Gumball was amazing, guys.
Okay.
Stand Stray Kids.
All right.
They're in America right now.
They're living in America. It's like James Brown.
Huh.
Oh. Sweet dreams.
Bye, Tim.
Love you.
Bye. She kind of looks like James Brown when he comes out. You know, he has the thing
Oh,
over
with a
him.
cape?
With a cape.
Starts walking off.
Get down with your bad self.
So back in the day when my band did a James Brown tribute, I actually got to do that bit. It was awesome.
Did you?
It was awesome. It was
Like-
a dream come true.
Like come out with a cape and like.
So what would happen is like he would finish the show and then he would have who was it? Oh my gosh, Bobby Bird.
Mhm.
No, it wasn't Bobby Bird. It was another guy. It was literally like he was the cape man, and he would come
Okay.
out and he put the cape over James Brown. It was usually like, please, 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 and please, please don't go. And he'd be kind of walking off and have the cape over his shoulders, and they throw the cape off and come back with it. And so yeah, we did the whole routine. Oh, it was friggin' fantastic. I did not do it any justice, but it was fun as hell.
That's cool.
Anyways, what were we talking about again?
Okay, so we were talking about Patrick Stewart's favorite Star Trek Next Generation episode,
What
deserves
was
to
the
be called.
episode about?
Okay, I was about to get to that, and then was interrupted. But I will get back to it now because it is 9:50 here, and you're watching Perspectives. That's what we were looking for. All right, the episode focuses on Picard, who finds himself on a distant planet called Catan. Like Kyle Katarn. No, I'm kidding. That was a character from Star Wars. Living an entire life.
Chris Kattan.
What's that?
You're going to go with Chris Kattan.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
I know. So living an entire life as a man named Kamen. During this time, he experiences 40 years as Kamen, even though only 25 minutes pass on the Enterprise. The people of Catan sent a probe over 1,000 years ago after learning their planet was dying, hoping to be remembered. And the inner light ultimately presents a subtle yet profoundly moving and deeply human story.
I could see where a classically trained Shakespearean actor would relish a chance to do something like that.
Yes.
And then almost be able to use that as a justification for further deepening the character going forward.
Yeah.
Like I could definitely see someone like Stewart thinking on that, like, okay, yeah, this is a really cool juicy strip, but now if this has happened to Picard, now down the road I can use that as when he's trying to figure out how the character would act, but then also like going back to a writer, like, well, I mean, he did have that whole thing. I mean, he lived 40 years, and wouldn't that change how I
love how this starts too. It's the Enterprise encounters a strange probe. Probes in Star Trek never go well. Let me just tell you. You had a probe that took the whales.
Yeah, no, they were coming to find the whales, and they didn't have no whales.
Didn't have the whales, and so then they started destroying the Earth.
You have to go back in time, and there be whales here, Captain. Oh,
Indeed.
Freaking The Voyage Home, such a great flick, man.
Computer.
McCoy, the person with kidney failure. What are we in the dark ages? Like 2 pills and she's fine. Like regrows her kidneys. Where are the nuclear vessels?
Yes. Or
Captain, it's the Enterprise.
Should we give him the formula to plastic aluminum or whatever it is? How do we know he didn't invent it?
It's a great freaking rationale too. Like, I mean, who's to say?
Who's to say?
Maybe us doing this is why we have that later.
Could be.
We need to close the circle.
Indeed, you gotta get those loops closed out. So when the probe strikes out against Picard, he wakes up as Kamen, like I just said, living on an alien planet called Catan. Initially confused about his situation, Picard resists his new life, but eventually adapts and settles into life as Kamen. He lives his life as Kamen. He has children, makes new friends, learns to play the flute. Riker, of course, the crew's trying to, snap him out of unconsciousness as he's, in this sort of coma state. Let's see. He continues to study the planet around. Eventually, learns that Catan is dying, and throughout his time, Picard learns what it would be like to have. So that's the key thing with the episode is he learns what it would be like to have a family, something he had never truly considered before. This episode marks a shift in Picard as he later becomes more open to the idea of family, becomes softer around children. And it's a very character-driven episode that explores the human experience in a quiet but profound way. This is a great episode all around. Like I remember watching.
Remember it now that you've described it, but I mean not nearly enough to talk intelligently about it. But now it's like, there's a little flicker of recognition. Yeah,
yeah, and then the ending, of course, is there's a great ending because he Picard, having woken up and talking about his experience, he ends up in his quarters alone, and he plays the flute. So let me see what happens here. I didn't know if there's any. The probe somehow leaves the flute. I don't know if it transports the flute or whatever. So he has the flute that he had learned to play in this I don't know coma state he was in or something. But he ends up the episode ends with him playing the song that he learned to play when he was living that life. And as the article says, it was a melancholy note to end on, as Picard has never seemed quite so lonely as he does in his quarters. It makes a powerful final shot highlighting the human element at the center of every good sci-fi story. And so, basically this episode is one where, that you really see, Picard as a character, kind of grow. And I think that's where a lot of character-driven, series and stories, like BSG will always shine, is when you have, characters who start out as one thing early on and you see their transformation over the course of the seasons into something else. We saw that with Adama. We saw that with all of the main characters, Baltar, so on and so forth. And same with the Next Generation with Riker and Picard and Troy and all of them, in many ways, to quote CM Punk and Triple H, if you can't change after 10 years, you're doing something wrong, so yeah. Well, or sorry, not if you can't change. If you're the same person you were 10 years ago, there's something's not working right, because we are
wasted 10 years.
You wasted 10 years, 10 years of growth. But yeah, I remember there's several episodes. I want to say season 5 was also the what was the other one where they were talking in that weird language, or it was very strange.
Darmok,
yes, where they're talking in like metaphors and stuff like that. Yeah, that was a great episode too. Amazing episode.
Another one that gets kind of brought up as like one of the great TNG episodes. Yeah,
just because so much of it is just them talking in this very metaphoric language. Yeah. And so even as an audience, you're just kind of like, you're trying to understand like what he's communicating to him, and you're kind of going through the struggle that Picard's going through. And so with Inner Light, he does struggle against it, and like initially, and then he kind of gets into that life, and it's kind of an interesting thing, like all of us dream, and like I've had dreams where you feel like so much time goes by, in the dream. Now, I wouldn't say it was like 40 years, but I just, there's like, it feels like time goes,
depends on how much NyQuil you had the night before.
Well, the melatonin does the trick. But let me tell you.
Pair those up, man.
Ooh, there you go.
Actually, I don't recommend that. One time I took NyQuil, and then I also had a hot toddy. So like chamomile tea with whiskey and all that. And someone was like, "Are you just trying to not wake up?" I'm like, "Oh, I slept like you wouldn't fracking believe." The credits rolled at the end of my dreams. I'm pretty sure Spielberg directed.
I want to be knocked out like laying against Balboa.
Oh, it was great. It was actually too good. It was
phenomenal.
Too good.
But your thoughts, sir, on so now that you're remembering this episode a bit, and after the description, would you agree that it is a sci-fi masterpiece in storytelling?
Again,
Probably hard to give it that sort of,
I can't say that. I will say that, that type of episode, it doesn't surprise me that it could be considered a classic because, again, would you say this is 5th season?
This is season 5, yeah.
So you've had 4 seasons with this character.
Yep.
And now you're seeing this exponential growth in this one episode, and then you see that carry out. Yeah, that's going to be a classic because it's a pivot point.
Yep.
It's a big turning point. What I'd like to say more so is like this is what we miss now with streaming.
Yeah.
Yep. Like it used to be 20 plus episodes a year, and you can say, oh well, but there was these nothing episodes. Sometimes those nothing episodes are the ones that are the most worthwhile. They're going to be character driven because you have to fill all of those slots. Like we got to have a show every week.
Yep.
We got to fill all the slots. So therefore, sometimes ideas that maybe if you only had 10 episodes, they're definitely not making the cut. But if you got to fill 20, okay, well, Phil's got an idea and damn it, we have to find a way to get an episode together. So, all right, pitch it to us. All right, well, I don't know if it'll work, but we got to have something. Go ahead, write it up.
Yeah.
That could have been this episode. This could have been one of those ideas that was just someone flung it against the wall in the writer's room, and they're like, well, shit, we need another episode. So yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And it winds up being this thing, just like with and it's funny you mentioned Battlestar Galactica. Like so much of BSG, I could see being like, that was an episode that someone was just like, okay, well, we got to fill space. And we're trying to get them on this journey, but there are also some episodes where it's like, they don't necessarily fit, like Bulldog or even The Passage, even though you're getting from one place to another, but that you can tell, like, they didn't need to do this. They could have, if they didn't need that episode, they could have totally skipped that and just gone from one place to another.
Yeah.
But they didn't. But yet those are the episodes that inform. And also in terms of BSG, you can look at Picard as like, in a weird sort of way, it's like the reverse. Like Picard is Adama without the kids. Picard is the Adama who just realized from the very start, I am all career. I'm not even going to pretend to try and to domesticity. Like I am all this. And look at how kind of in a weird way alone Adama is.
Yeah.
And yet he's got his best friend as his XO. He's got his son. He's got his pseudo daughter. But yet there is this loneliness about the very self-contained. Imagine Picard with none of that.
Yeah.
And he is just this, and in a way, it makes sense that you get Patrick Stewart in there, and that he was kind of very much apart from the cast because he was very much like, I am a Shakespearean actor, and this is serious business, and you're all a bunch of screw-offs who are just here having a good time. And like there is that sort of the coldness of Picard early on, then in terms of getting into more of a family setting, and then of course we get to season 3 of Picard. It's this great story, grand overarching story of Picard kind of rediscovering his own humanity, that side of his humanity that is about family. Even though he doesn't necessarily have widespread family of his own, he does have this, he does kind of accumulate this family. So yeah, no, that's, and seeing it start with this episode, like, when you look at it in the context of what TNG ended up becoming, like, yeah, of course it's a classic. This is kind of where it all starts, like, cause this is his story. Every friggin' Star Trek show is really the story of the captain and then everyone else. So it would totally make sense. This is being kind of the sci-fi opus, whatever, of Picard's story.
Opus Magnus.
I was going to say Magnus, but I didn't feel like it earned it. So
Magnus Opus. I don't know.
I didn't feel like I had earned it to say it, but you saying it because you know more about this episode.
Well, I pass myself off as that, but
where's Jimmy Dice when you need him?
I don't really know. I don't know, but that's right. Sure. Seen, felt, smelt, and dealt. All right. Well, we will move on from this. But yes, if you have not seen The Inner Light, first off, if you've not seen Star Trek The Next Generation, do check it out. We highly advise you watch episode 1 of season 1 and then jump right to season 3 because let me tell you.
No, it's season 1 and 2. It's a two-parter, remember?
Sorry, what?
Farpoint.
Oh,
was a
you meant
two-parter.
episodes 1 and 2. Sorry,
Yeah,
you said
have to-
seasons 1 and 2, and you threw me for a minute.
No. You have to Encounter at Farpoint. So 1 is a two-parter.
Yes, you're. I'm sorry, you're right. So parts 1 and 2 of the Encounter at Farpoint that sets the stage, and then jump right over to season 3 because let me tell you, if you want to try to get through 1 and 2, just don't take any melatonin because you'll go to sleep like a baby.
Yeah. But I mean, I think all Star Trek shows kind of do that because I started watching Deep Space Nine because a friend of mine is very much a deep DS9 kind of fella, and I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, some of these are good, but some of this is a bit of a slog. Like it took them a little while to really get going on this.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Our final two stories are both related to Star Wars, specifically Mandalorian and Grogu, which is lighting the world on fire from the cinema. This is from our friends at and stalwarts of the show, ScreenRant.com, part of the portfolio. And it is talking about how Star Wars is officially wasting one of its best New Republic heroes. And, oh, yeah, because if nothing else, you got to go extreme on this one, ladies and gentlemen.
God, I'm so sick of the friggin' clickbait. Like, here, let me just.
Do you know who we're talking about here, sir?
I have no fracking clue.
Do you know which New Republic hero we are talking about here?
No, I don't. And do I really even care? Because this is probably some sort of.
You do care.
Just crap. Okay.
Because they speak of none other than Captain Carson Teva. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This article is about the misuse, the misjustice that happened in Mandalorian and Grogu by giving him a 30-second flyby in the movie and not giving him a more substantive role.
So who's saying this exactly? Is this the author of the article?
Kevin Erdman. Do you think it's another one of those AI characters? Or
No. Kevin Erdman was just like the frustrated theater kid who wasn't cool enough to hang out with the kids who were smoking in the bathroom, and then was also not like really into theater enough to get the lead role. So he was always just spiteful and like just angry.
You know what I'm feeling like right now? Like I went, and off Uncle Todd goes. Continue on, sir. What else?
Now he's just old and jaded. He's on like his third friggin' divorce. He's got no 401k left. Like he's
doesn't
living
miss a beat. The man
he's
doesn't
literally
miss a
living
beat.
back in his friggin' parents' basement at this point. And it's not even like his original room. His original room was above ground, but then he decided he was going to be cool and he was going to live in the parents' basement. And so he's down there with like his Van Halen posters and a poster from friggin' Nirvana back when he thought he was cool, but he was never really cool because he was still kind of a little shit in high school. And people are just like, you're angry and angsty and you're not even angsty in a cool way. And so now he's writing these articles because, he's got nothing else because everybody else just can't stand him. So he's like, you know what about Star Wars I'm angry at?
Wow. That was something to behold, my friend. Well done.
So that being said, Erdman.
One of his... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Nope, just blow it out your ass. That's all I'm saying.
Anything else before I...
No, I think that covers it.
All right. Yeah, you got a lot off your chest there. Very proud of you.
I feel better, actually. I don't do that more often.
You seem better. You seem more, in control. Yes.
I don't know about that, but I feel better.
Well, he writes, one of the few disappointments he had about the Mandalorian Grogu movie is just how little Teva was featured in that movie. Based on the fact that he had been for a while one of the primary connective tissues tying all these various, franchises together. I don't know if I would agree with that assessment. I mean, Teva may have shown up in Ahsoka. I don't remember. But
He was in Mando. Okay.
and Book of Boba Fett, which is really Mando 2.5.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like he's this big towering character. He's essentially Punch from Space Chips. Like,
Yes, which
actually,
it'd be
he's
nice
not
if we
even
could play that music. So
he's not even Punch. He's John.
okay.
You know, he's the sidekick to Punch. He's not even the main character. Like,
I think he's Cochise is who I think he is.
Cochise?
from Sabotage, Beastie Boys Sabotage.
So he's not even like one of the top two. He's the third banana.
He's oh god, what the heck's the guy?
Did you know that Mike D is out playing gigs again?
No, I did not.
He is. Mike D is out, and he's kind of doing his own thing, and he's released a couple singles. I haven't got a chance to actually check like the actual singles out, but I follow him on. I guess I followed him on Instagram once upon a time, and he's out playing, and he's got it's like a band with a DJ and him, and I'd heard that he'd done some stuff with like his son or sons or whatever, but he's doing kind of like these small gigs, and I'm like, in a way, like it's this weird thing where I'm like, old people trying to recapture their whatever, but then I'm like, dude, if he's kind of doing something different, it's not like he's out there trying to do like Sabotage and all that. Like the videos I've seen, it's like new stuff.
Yeah,
it's not like
that's
Beastie
cool.
Boys stuff that he's trying to do all three parts by himself. I'm like, you know what? Good on you, man. Like, you love it, and you're doing it. You're doing these small gigs, and you're having fun. Like, good for you, man. But anyways, you mentioned
I think
Beastie
he's
Boys.
more like Fred Kelly, who played Bunny in Sabotage. He was like the big guy who just came out and was just like,
yes,
Fred Kelly as Bunny.
Beasties were so like just off center, man. Like they were just never knew what they were gonna do, man.
Nope.
I saw just the other day the video of them, their last appearance on Letterman, when they did Check It Out, and they started from
they did the sidewalk thing, right?
Yeah, they started out coming out of the subway, did the walk into the Ed Sullivan Theater, finished there, and then finished and like ended up on Letterman's desk. I was like, that is just one of those things where it's like only the Beasties think of doing that.
Yes.
You know, like they were just goofy.
And it went off so smooth. It was so smooth the way they did that. I'm just like, it was like they were doing a music video live is really what that was. And it was incredible.
Well, I love the music video they did for, I think it was 3 MCs and 1 DJ.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like Mixmaster Mike, and like the first minute and a half of the video is Mixmaster Mike walking with like this weird ass backpack, going like down the sidewalk and down all like through this building and all the little catacombs of the basement and all that. And it kept on cutting back and forth to then like the Beasties in this one pose where it's like I think MCA was in the middle, he's like this, and then on either side of him you have the other two going like this. And they just keep cutting back and forth to them. And finally, Mixmaster Mike walks into the room where they are and goes up to the DJ stand and takes a record out and puts it off. And then they start the song. But it's like literally like a minute and a half of just nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can only pull that off if you're the Beastie Boys. And you're just like, no, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You guys did Sabotage and Intergalactic, so fine.
Sure, why not? Why not?
Anyways, we were talking about Carson Teva.
We were, and then we got sidetracked by the Beastie Boys.
As
but
one should.
Teva was featured alongside. Apparently, I didn't know this is what Dave Filoni's character's name is. His wingman, Trapper Wolf, apparently is his name. Oh yeah, Trapper Wolf. Who is accompanying him on his
I'm really hoping
patrols.
that means that Dave Filoni is into MASH and he was trying to like figure out what would be as good as Trapper John. I'm gonna go Trapper Wolf.
Yeah that's good.
That's my headcanon.
He wears a cowboy hat, so but like for Teva to start as the guy who pulled over Mando to now turning him into more of a elevated character. Book of Boba Fett was the other place where he crosses paths again with Din Djarin while patrolling near Tatooine. And then let's see, season 3 elevated Teva's character in some pretty cool ways, confirming his status as a pilot who will do the right thing if it means defying overwhelming bureaucracy and protocol. I guess he did have a little bit more of a role in season 3. I'd forgotten about that. Been a while since I've seen season 3. So, but he has traveled all the way to Coruscant so he could personally voice his concerns and request aid for yeah. So anyways, it's getting into how his role started very small, became bigger, and then his most recent streaming appearance was in 2023's Ahsoka, joining General Harrison Dule as rogue in an unsanctioned mission to help Ahsoka Tano prevent the return of Grand Admiral Thrawn. So all that to say that because of Teva's roles in the past, he was deserving of a greater role in this movie. But what say you, sir, on the apparent snubbery that has happened to the Carson Teva character? Do you feel he is his stock is dropping? Is he losing his rub? Is he losing his heat, if you will, to use wrestling, if you will?
If anything, I think Harrison Dule is the one who got snubbed. If you want to go by that logic, because I mean, we've got how many seasons of Rebels where Hera is a main player, and then of course her role in Ahsoka being live action, way more screen time and more character time and more plot armor, if you will, of a character than Carson Teva. It was a self-contained story. It wasn't this great tie-in or crossover event that I think any of us really thought it was going to be. It was just a simple yarn, and it was basically Mando season 4 as a movie. Fine. And his character just didn't fit the story. It fit enough for him to be in a minor role, and that's all it was. And I'm okay with that. Like, your binky doesn't have to be center stage, Erdman. Just fracking relax. Just because your life is turned to shit, like, don't try and shit on the rest of us.
If I may.
You may.
The American dream, but the road, baby. Think the problem here is the name Carson Teva does not work on the marquee. You know what does work? Trapper Wolf, baby. Trapper Wolf.
It's an awesome name. I wonder.
I was referencing that Seth Rollins bit where he talks about where Rollins is like, let's see, Seth Rollins. That's what will be good on the marquee. That's a main event on the marquee, baby.
I wonder if Filoni even knew the name of the character, and then Jon Favreau came up with that as a rib. And they're watching
that would be great.
They're watching the credits, and Filoni's like, "You jerk."
Yep.
Trapper Wolf, seriously?
Yep.
And Favreau's just like,
Gotcha.
I hope for moments like that. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't.
Well,
go suck an egg, Erdman.
Erdman, you've earned Uncle Todd's ire and disdain for at least
troll.
For at least a year. So I will have to now filter the Screen Rant articles, and if Erdman's name comes up, I will include it. Or maybe not.
No, you're going to put it right at the top. You'd be like,
probably will.
What's going to happen here?
Be like, guess who this one's from? It's like my time to shine. Hello. Oh, God dang it. Not again.
Almost forgot about him.
All right. So before we do this article, I need you to actually open the article because I think you will get a kick out of the image that is at the top of the story. I found this so funny.
Is that Rob Van Dam as Mando?
I think so.
Jeez.
Gonna get high, so high.
I was gonna go to school. I was gonna do my book report, but then I got high.
I was gonna visit the huts, and then I got high.
Because I got high.
Oh my gosh! So this one is from Giant Freaking Robot. Yes, again, part of the portfolio. Apparently, this article is basically talking about how even though Jeremy Allen White, who was the voice of Rata the Hutt in this movie, but really what was kind of funny was how Rata ended up sounding like everyone's favorite famous actor, everyone's favorite carefree stoner, Seth Rogen. I don't know if you thought that or picked up on that. I did think the voice of Rhoda was kind of weird.
Now that you say that, I can see the similarities. The big thing is the Seth Rogen laugh.
Right.
He has such a stoner laugh, dude.
Oh, he does. He does.
Like if that was not his natural laugh, if
Mhm.
that was his natural laugh when he was like 8, his parents like, oh dear God, he's gonna be smoking pot by the time he's 10.
Yep.
Like you just hear that, you're like, oh, yep. He's gonna be growing in our basement next with his friend Kevin Erdman, and then they're both gonna be it's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
But that is kind of the defining characteristic. I don't necessarily hear Rogan's voice and think like, oh yeah, stoner. I hear the voice followed by the laugh, and I'm like, oh my God, yeah, you smoke so much weed.
Yeah.
So much. Oh.
Absolutely. And the article just poses the question, well, if you brought in Jeremy Allen White, why did you hire him if you had him do a voice that ended up making him sound like Rogan? You should have just gotten Rogan to do the voice, for crying out loud.
I mean, he would have.
And he would have. And he would have thrown the laugh in, and it would have been interesting. But the article did point out too, like we talked about Mando and Grogu as part of our Real and Jabroni, but did you find it weird at all that Rhoda was talking a lot of English, and not so much of his Huttese? I mean, the twins seemed to speak some measure of the Huttese, but then switched over into the basic language of the galaxy. Also, well, we know is English.
Yeah, no. I mean, it makes sense because Rada's kind of, he's rebelling. So what would be more rebellious than not speaking the same language as,
Mm-hmm.
your aunt and uncle, or because that is the thing, isn't it? That he's like their nephew or something.
Yeah, basically.
Like, wouldn't that be the ultimate rebellion? Because I mean, I've heard that's been. I mean, I'm not the kid of an immigrant, but I've heard that it can be a kind of a common thing for some immigrant kids, is like the kids of immigrants, that they're like, they don't want to speak the native tongue of the parents, they want to speak English and all this. It's just a way that kids find any way to rebel against their parents, and usually that's going to be the thing that gets under their skin. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I could see that being a thing. You know what I mean?
I love how in the article it says it could be worse, though. In the Clone Wars, we meet Zero the Hutt, Rhoda's great uncle, who sounds exactly like Truman Capote.
Zero?
Ziro. Zyro. I don't know. Okay. Apparently he sounds like Truman Capote. So.
Well, there's only about so many voices.
Yeah. Let me see.
Which is kind of funny because when you said, why not just get Rogan, it reminds me of the story with, because I was watching Empire of Dreams just recently, and not Jeff Daniels, C-3PO. Why? Is it Anthony Daniels?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure where you were going there. So,
but they were talking about finding someone to dub over his voice, because I mean, everyone did they dubbed over what's his face for Darth Vader and all. So they were thinking of like, well, we need a different voice for C-3PO, and he said they brought in all of these voice actors, and he says, including a man of literally 1,000 voices, which I'm guessing is a reference to Mel Blanc. He has all the Looney Tunes characters and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I guess he was kind of the final one to be like, Tony's voice is pretty good. Why don't you just use him? Like it fits who the character is. It fits all the head motions and all that stuff. Like, why don't you just use him?
Yeah.
Just kind of that funny thing of like, almost like a little bit of honor among thieves of like, I could probably just take your money, but I wouldn't feel right about it. Like I'm cheating another actor. Like just use him.
Yeah.
Let me go. I'll do Bugs Bunny and I'll make bank off of that. Just let the Brit have his thing. But yeah, it is kind of weird. Like when it's a total CGI performance, like,
yeah,
if you want him to sound like Seth Rogen, why don't you just call Seth Rogen? It's kind of a roundabout way of doing things, I think.
And as the author of this article, Chris Snellgrove, puts it, he honestly just kept expecting Road of the Hut to ditch Mando and go buy a hut load of spice from an alien voiced by James Franco.
Dude, you're just totally just finding these people with these names to like gaslight me.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it is.
Well, in any case, Star Wars, and it's
I can't do the Rogan laugh.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of or something like that. It's kind of like a rolling.
Oh my gosh, it's almost like it's half laugh, half cough. That's why it's such a stoner laugh. Like, oh my god, he's like, as he's doing that laugh, he's like choking out weed smoke.
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just, when I saw this article with the picture of Mando all, stoned out, I thought that was absolutely hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. All right. And that, my friends, is a neat and tidy Week in Geek.
Well, sir, thank you all for collating and pulling all that together. What do you have for a recommendation and another thing for our listeners and viewers?
Well, my wife and I this weekend went to see Masters of the Universe.
Oh, you romantic you.
We did.
Honey, I'm going to wine and dine you.
I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. We went and saw a matinee, lunchtime matinee, which was great. We went to
Studio Movie. Save money.
Well, no, I went to Studio Movie Grill. Had some. That's where I had my popcorn, which apparently caused my other digestive issues for the rest of the.
I'm telling you, dude. Freaking whatever that
chemical is. Oh my god!
Like, do you want the butter? No, I'm okay with a golden shower of oil on that. Whatever that is that you drained out of a 1985 Oldsmobile.
Oh,
I'm
God.
okay. Being said, when I went to see Mando and Grogu, I did actually get the butter on it, and I will not again because I had gastric distress such as you afterwards.
We're getting old, my friend. We're getting old.
It's like, oh, there's that piece of gum that I swallowed in 4th grade.
Yes, but I got to tell you, the movie was, did a really good job of kind of riding that line between not taking itself too seriously, playing into nostalgia a bit, but yet having a pretty good, kind of, I don't want to say origin story, but just kind of, I mean, it is kind of what it was a bit of an origin story of him.
If I can I ask one quick question?
Yes.
How did the whole, because it shows like what we think of as present day Earth.
Yes.
A time in Earth, and then Eternia.
Yes.
Did they handle kind of the transition and the explanation of those two coexisting? And
that's the one thing they just kind of gloss over. So I mean, the explanation of the two coexisting is they're just in different parts of the galaxy or universe.
Okay.
There is some sorcery that is used to transport from point A to point B, and then there is some recovery to go from point B back to point A, with point A being Eternia. What they don't explain is I'm not giving anything away here. When he gets transported to Earth, he's there for 15 years, and you don't see any part of his life for those 15 years. He's just all of a sudden an adult working a job and like seeking out.
So sort of like He-Man Jesus, like we're going to jump right into his ministry after.
In a way, yeah, it was kind of like, no, I mean, it's not an inaccurate way to describe it. It's just like you get no backstory.
It's just a different time period. That's all.
Well, what here's why I say that though, and why it's kind of problematic, because when we see him on Earth, he is extraordinarily obsessed with finding an object, which I'll try to leave that as a mystery until you see it. But it begs the question, why, like at this point in time, like how did he not seek it out and try to find it earlier? You know what I mean? Like it just feels like very convenient that it just time jumped 15 years and now we're watching him obsessively go after this object that he could have been looking for earlier than that. You know what I mean? It just, that's where you have to kind of suspend a little bit. You know?
Totally. Yeah. Well, I mean, you're dealing with a person named Skeletor is the main villain, so yeah,
understood. But you know what I mean, where they're trying to bring it to Earth and make it kind of grounded. Like the fact that he was on Earth is actually not terribly relevant to his story. It's just it's kind of like almost like a quick stop, if anything. Okay. But no, I mean, otherwise I thought they did a great job kind of world building with the characters. Had some good comedy, some good jokes in it. And like I said, they really at times played into the nostalgia. I will say this. There was one time and only one time we got Skeletor calling someone a boob. Just one time, but I mean, it was well placed. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't beaten into the ground.
Yes.
And it wasn't ham-fisted, and it wasn't, oh God, what do they do? I mean, everything had its place, and it just felt right. You know what I mean?
Good.
It didn't feel, over the top. It didn't feel overdone. It was done with the right amount of, balance, I feel, for what this was. And so, movie was great. Highly recommend it. I got to tell you, the soundtrack to this movie, I wrote Uncle Todd, and I'm wrong. It wasn't all Queen, but there was Brian May was playing. There was a lot of parts where there was like guitar solo-y kind of song, music in the background. That was all Brian May. Apparently, he came in and it's good. It is good.
He is
good stuff.
such a great guitar player, and he's one of those guitar players where it's his sound is so distinctive. You're instantly like, okay, this is either Brian May or someone who has spent a really long time trying to sound exactly like Brian May.
Mm-hmm. Yep, 100%. The soundtrack, the list of songs on the soundtrack is thusly. We have "Boys Don't Cry" by The Cure. We have "The Man" by The Killers. We have "The Power" by Snap. I've got the power.
That song was fracking everywhere back in the day.
Oh my gosh, no kidding. We did get you referenced this earlier, Four Non-Blondes with "What's Up." We had let's see, I don't know who this band is or if this is an artist. Trem da Allegra with a song "He-Man." I don't know. H. Sabin with the song "Les Maîtres de l'Eau." I can't say it. It's French. And then we have this band called The Darkness that did "Masters of the Universe." But the one song that they did from Queen, "Princes of the Universe," which was done, I think for the movie Highlander, was played and done in a fashion that I would say reminded me very much of elements of Thor Ragnarok, where they're starting to march into battle and that sort of thing. It was pretty funny. And not funny. It was well done. You know what I mean? It was funny because there was a comedy element to it. That's why I said that, but it just had a cool effect. So really good movie, really good soundtrack. I won't spoil it. There are a couple moments where they do call back to certain other references to said He-Man content. I will just leave it at that. And it was kind of funny. So when you do see it, let me know. I want to get your take on a particular scene that plays on that a little bit. So
all right, I will. Sure.
I'm trying to say, because if I tell you, you're gonna be like, why did you tell me? It's
just so vague. I'm like, I will endeavor to do that thing that I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm trying to put a little sizzle on this, and you're killing it. You're killing it.
And then that's totally my fault.
You're killing it.
And I'm not just saying that as an only child who's used to accepting all of the blame and a former fat kid. Like I am. It's
Chris Snellgrove doesn't approve. I'm just saying. So.
I don't give a crap. I don't give a hoot in hell.
So that is my end. Another
across the street from Erdman. So who cares?
That's the name I was trying to remember. It's Erdman.
But he lives in a walkout basement, so he feels like he's that much superior to Erdman. He's got a daylight basement.
Fair enough. So my recommendation is
Blackstone, so he really thinks he's something.
Yes. Masters of the Universe, the movie. Do check it out in the theaters if you would like to see this fine piece of film and cinema. And now Uncle Todd's, and another thing I just want to say before he introduces it, I had to do a double take because I thought you were putting a Rush song down that goes by the title La Via Strangiata. And you, sir, are not doing that, but doing...
Villa Incognito by Tom Robbins,
Threw me off, damn it.
which sounds nothing like what you were saying, but hey, I can see where you're coming from. So I think a little while ago I recommended Skinny Legs and All and by Tom Robbins, and then immediately dove into this book because it was well, number one, it's kind of a short-ish book in terms of a Robbins novel. It's only 256 pages, and it was published in only 2005, but that's not possible because I distinctly remember owning and buying this before I was married, which was in 2004. So this must be a different edition. But anyways,
Yes.
the premise and the description reads thusly. Imagine there are American MIAs who chose to remain missing after the Vietnam War. Imagine a family in which 4 generations of strong, alluring women share a mysterious connection to an outlandish figure from Japanese folklore. Imagine them as part of a novel that only Tom Robbins could create, a magically crafted work as timeless as myth. But no matter how hard you try, you'll never imagine what you'll find inside, a tilt-a-whirl of identity, masquerade, and disguise that dares to pull off, quote, the false mustache of the world, end quote, and reveal the even greater mystery underneath. For neither the mists of Laos nor the Bangkok smog, neither the overcast of Seattle nor the fog of San Francisco, neither the murk of the intelligence community nor the murmury of the circus can obscure the pure linguistic phosphor that illuminates every page of Villa Incognito. This is a book that I remember buying when I happened to be visiting back home when I was living elsewhere, and I found this book, and immediately I felt, because I had read is not a very great word. I inhaled every Robbins book that was published before this, and I happened into a bookstore, saw this book as a newly published work, and immediately was angered because I'm like, how was I not informed? Because this is before email newsletters and things like that. Immediately bought it and read this within a day or two. Like I again inhaled this book, and Robbins' prose will do that to you. And here he does it to great effect because he actually has one character who I imagine is just like, it's his excuse to essentially pontificate in an even more flowery way than he writes for vast swaths of dialogue, which is fantastic. It's just it's very much, in many ways, when Robbins really gets cranking, it's like what's the dude in the Matrix, the Merovingian?
Oh, the Merovingian.
Yeah. When he talks about French is like wiping your ass with silk. That is Robbins' prose at times. When he really gets cranked up, it's like, oh my dear God, it's so stupidly luxurious. You're like, it's a hammock that you just want to lay in for, like a paragraph. You're like, I just want to luxuriate in this, like a hot tub or something. It's a fantastic story, and again, like what he does is just weaves on different layers and manages to pull all this together into a yarn that, to me, this is one of his best works, because again, it is compact, it is short, but it packs such a punch for the page count. So I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to give anything away. It is well worth a read. So check out Villa Incognito. I've linked it once again through bookshop.org because they support local bookstores. And right now, oh my gosh, is this the ebook? Do they have the physical book? Apparently, they only have the ebook for bookshop.org. So maybe I'll try and find another link that I can put in there. But either way, bookshop.org is a great organization that helps support local bookshops as opposed to, large conglomerates that serve themselves. So check them out whenever you can, but definitely check out Villa Incognito wherever you can, as whether you find it at your library or used bookstore or wherever. It is a fantastic read.
Very nice.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for Week in Geek Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us here. I would say you can find us at freerangeidiocy.com, but apparently our forwarding has been all horked up for who knows how long. So
what?
get ready for this one. Go to freerangeidiocy.podbean.com to find audio versions of our episodes. Yeah, I'm hoping to sort that out, but if you go to freerangeidiocy.podbean.com, you will find our episodes. I don't know. I tried to recalibrate it. I don't know if it's actually going to work. We'll see.
I mean, I'm putting in freerangeidiocy.com right now, and it just redirects to podbean.com.
It does? Okay, perfect. Go to freerangeidiocy.com. For some reason, it stopped working because I went and did it, and then I'm like, oh, it's just saying this is under construction. I'm like, no, it's not. So go to freerangeidiocy.com. You can find all of our episodes there, audio-wise, and you can subscribe to the Podbean app. You can also find us on fine podcast purveyors everywhere, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, and Amazon. If you want full video episodes, go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@freerangeidiocy. You'll find all of them there. You can listen, watch, and you can also find our video episodes on Spotify. However, it would be awesome if you go to YouTube because honestly, Spotify does not sponsor or support artists and everybody as well as they should. So even though we're there, it'd be wicked awesome if you just went to our YouTube channel and watched it there. It'd be a lot better for us. We don't make any money off of it, but it's just nicer because you're supporting a platform that helps people slightly more than Spotify does. If you have any thoughts, concerns, or questions, just send those to tim@freerangeidiocy.com. You can also find us on the social medias. We are on the Instagram. We are on Facebook, the aforementioned YouTube. All of those are at Free Range Idiocy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, since it's his show, we're going to throw it back over to the man they call Tim to take us home. What do you got to say for yourself?
For myself, I say to the interwebs, we say suspect. We don't know what your reputation is in this town, but after what you tried to pull today, especially you, Erdman, our eyes on you. You can bet we'll be looking into you. And to our listeners... what's that?
I was going to say man yells at clouds, but I said clowns instead. And just effed it all up. Please, proceed.
Baba, proceed. To our listeners... we take a less aggressive and antagonistic sort of approach and say, good day, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, by the way, since we discussed this, of 296 total episodes. We don't really have a number of episodes for Week in Geek, but let the record show that the reigning, defending fantasy football champion once again took something so small and spun it into its own thing, and here we are.
Like a polyp. It really just needs to be excised.
Is that really what we need to do? Oh, good Lord. Well, anyways, and in any case, to our listeners, good day, ladies and gentlemen. And until that day comes, keep your ear to the grindstone.
You're messing with my Zen thing, man.
Now get the hell out of here!